An unscheduled time change, and with weather possibly on the way, that won't stop these two teams from putting on a show this evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's TLSN baseball broadcast between the Grinnell Tigers and the Chariton Chargers, sponsored by Poly Eyes.
Hey there, I'm Joey Poly-Eye, third-generation owner of Poly Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeye'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Poly Eyes Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Thank you once again for Poly Eyes Pizza for sponsoring our baseball broadcast this evening. Blake Walker along with Dan Walker up here in the booth at Fowler Field between this good matchup between the 10-3 Grinnell Tigers and the 3-5 Chariton Chargers. Grinnell leads the series 3-0 all time. They've played each other every single year since 2017, 2016. Grinnell won the last contest between these two teams with a score of 13-2. So last time we were here, Grinnell got the 4-0 win over Benton, but sadly last night Grinnell struggled against Pella Christian, who got the better of Grinnell in both games. And with so many certain games in a row, we're going to have Brady Stewart on the mound, and it's only his second ever appearance of the year, so it's definitely going to be a test of which team comes out stronger. Can Grinnell get out of this little slump that they're going on? Because it wasn't normal what we saw last night.
Well, I think last week when we talked with Coach Stenberg after the ball game, he talked about the challenges of what this 6-game strip is going to be. And, you know, coming off of that Friday night win, I think that Jake was kind of pitched out to the max there and then turn around. And I don't know if Jaden was quite ready to go to the mound or not. But, you know, he started out, had a couple rough throws, but did get some strikeouts throughout the first stretch. And then it was just a succession of bringing in pitchers that just couldn't make it work when it came to hitting the mound. So that was a little bit of the difference of the night. And then overall, I mean, it just goes back to what the box score tells us in the end. And, you know, even though that Grinnell did not have an error in the ball game, when you can't hit the ball. I mean, you got to have hits. Pella Christian had 8 hits versus Grinnell's 1 hit. So that's the big game changer of when the scores come down to wins and losses. And Pella Christian walked out of here with that first game winning 3-2.
Grinnell is still completely fine in the Little Hawkeye Conference. It's just one of those losses that's hard to take. There is possible, this game is supposed to be played at 7:30. It is now being played at 5:30. The reason for the schedule change is that there is possibly weather on the way. As of right now, it's really only drizzle that's coming our way. But if toward the game, probably around the 5th or 6th inning, there is supposed to be possible thunderstorms coming into the area. You can see it is already getting darker kind of toward the eastern part of Iowa, so we'll keep you updated as we keep going along, but hopefully this game can get mostly in. Looking at the radar, it's just very spotty, so we'll just have to see what happens. But a quick little 5:30 start time, and JV will play after this. We're not broadcasting the JV game, but if you're watching from home, and if the weather maybe stays away, come out and support the JV team. I know they'd love to see everyone out here at the ballpark. So we're going to wait till the national anthem starts going. We're going to take a little break, and we will have you back here for opening pitch off between Grinnell and Chariton.
the catcher, number 7, Jaden Gibson. Batting fourth, the shortstop, number 23, Jake Hall. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 6, Colin Gibson. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 13, Drew Kaufman. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 5, Nick Williams. He is batting for the pitcher, number 18, Brady Stewart. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 12, Owen Kaufman. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 3, Parker Johnson. Grinnell is led by head coach Tony Stenberg, assisted by Jake Stenberg, Tyler Willis, and Ian Boline. Would everyone please rise, remove your caps, face the flag down the right field line for the playing of our national anthem.
Alrighty, so we're getting ready to go here. Brady Stewart is on the mound, the freshman making his second ever start, or his second ever appearance. He only pitched 1 inning, and he had 1 strikeout, and the opponent batting average was about 250. So it'll be interesting to see what the freshman has in store this afternoon, and with the power that Chariton can have on the hitting side, should be pretty interesting to see what Grinnell's got.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You know, as a freshman, you got to be thrown to the dogs somewhere in the night, and you know, might as well start out. And this is really, it's just got to prove his pitching skills. Chariton has some pretty good hitters, as we know that, you know, they definitely had a kid that put a home run out on them last time that they played each other last season. So, and he's back again this year. So everyone has to keep that in the back of their mind, how that's going to shake out, and if it's going to, you know, do you force walk him or do you let him hit and see what's happening?
Yeah, Jackson Fisher for the Chargers, the senior, he's going to be definitely one to watch. Brady Hamilton will be the first one up for the Chariton Chargers. He has played in 7 of the games this year. He's only started in 6 of them. He averages, 6 hits so far this season, 1 double and 1 triple. He also has 4 RBIs, so he's quite the hitter coming up for the Chargers.
Brady Stewart. Game time 5:34.
So a nice little Brady versus Brady action here to start this evening. Nice little 5:30 start time here. Hopefully we can get this whole game in before the rain. So Stewart on the mound for the Tigers. And the first pitch of the evening is a ball outside. Oh, strike. Call the strike. Excuse me. So Brady gets started off on the right one. And that one's going to be dropped down for a foul. So it'll be a quick 2-0 count for Hamilton. The senior number 13, Brady Hamilton, obviously 5 strikeouts on the season so far, averaging .214 on the season. And Stewart is going to get Hamilton there on a foul ball. Game time temperature, I mean, it says it's 78 degrees outside, but it's a little cool around here. over here at Fowler Field. Obviously, with the clouds rolling in, we'll have to see what else happens. And that one's just outside, and that's going to be called for ball 1. And that'll be strike 3. So Stewart sits down his first batter, and out comes number 10. This will be Tristan Brackett coming up for the Chargers. Tristan Brackett, also a senior. He has played in 7 games, 3 hits so far this year, and 2 doubles. 4 RBIs for the senior. He's also struck out 9 times. And they're going to call that ball 1. He's averaging, he averages 158 down in the plate. And that one's just up top for ball 2. Stewart gets him going. Strike 1 for the freshman. That one up top, ball 3. Count is 3-1 here for Stewart. Strike 2. Strike 3. Stewart has 2 already. And out comes number 17,
Chariton,
Jackson
catcher,
Fisher.
Number 17, Jackson Fisher.
Obviously, him and Jaden Gibson have played before on Iowa Sticks teams before, so nice little good friendship going on down there at the plate. And Jackson's almost hit with that first pitch, ball 1. So Jackson Fisher, the senior, 11 hits so far this season, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, and 2 strikeouts. That one outside for ball 2. And that one down, ball 3. So the count's 3-1. Let's see if Stewart can break back like he did earlier. And that'll be ball 4. So Fisher is going to walk to first base. And that'll be 1 on with 2 outs.
Chargers, third baseman, number 24, Colby Wirtz.
This is number 24, Colby Wirtz, up to bat now. Ball 1, Colby. 3 hits on the season at 18 at-bats. He struck out 4 times, and he has 1 RBI, averaging 167. So 1-1 count here, 2 outs, 1 on for the Chargers. Stewart will think about it. That one will be lined out to outfield, and that's going to drop. Oliva's going to chase it to the wall, and Fisher's so fast, he is going to easily get around and score. So the Chargers are on the board first. Nice little double play there by, or a nice little double there by the Chargers, Colby Wirtz.
First baseman, number 25, Preston Lane.
So now up is the sophomore, Preston Lane for Sheridan. 11 at-bats, 5 runs, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. He's averaging 273 on the season. 2 outs, 1 up on second. Jaden's going to talk with Brady here. So the count 0-0, 2 outs. And Stewart gets him going on a strike. Strike 2. Stewart trying to get out of here with not too much damage done. The count is 0-2, 2 outs, 1 on second. Stewart going to try to get Grinnell out of the inning. And outside for ball 1. Stewart gets him looking, and that's the end of the top of the first. Grinnell trails the Chargers 1-0. Grinnell will be up to bat here in just a few moments.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polyeis Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
All right, welcome back. Grinnell's up to bat. Pitching for Chariton is senior Tyler Gookin. He's only pitched 2/3 of an inning so far this year, so we don't have much to go off of him, but we'll see what he has to do today. And up bat to first for Grinnell is Blake Hollabaugh. Already 37 at-bats so far this year, 12 hits, 2 RBIs, 8 strikeouts. And that one's way outside to start. That one way outside as well. Gookin might be trying to settle in here, trying to get things going. And that one outside for ball 3. Getting a little bit cloudy here at Fowler Field. No raindrops yet, and that'll be ball 4, and Hollabaugh didn't even have to think about swinging the bat on those 4, so Hollabaugh's headed to first base.
Now batting for Grinnell.
Could be one of those nights where Grinnell doesn't really have to do much. Brockback steps up to the plate for the Tigers. Brock the junior, 28 at-bats so far this season, 2 doubles, 8 hits. And after 4 straight balls, Gookin goes down the middle with a strike. And that one's going to be fouled off. Strike 2. So the count is 0-2, no outs. Hollabaugh on first. And that one over Brock's head. If Brock was a little taller, probably would have hit him, but ball one. Some of the people here at the ballpark starting to bring out their umbrellas, so the rain's starting to come down. Brock's almost hit with that one, and Hollabaugh gets back on first base. Two balls, two strikes. Let's see if Brock can fight back from the early 0-2 deficit. Grinnell trails 1-0 against the Chargers of Chariton. And that one goes up top for ball three. So the count's loaded. Let's see if Brock can get something going here. Grinnell averaging 6.3 runs a game and Chariton averaging 5.9, so pretty even. And that one's going to be ball four, and Brock fights back from an 0-2 deficit, and Grinnell's got 2 on with no outs, and Jaden Gibson steps up to the bat for the Tigers.
Catcher number 7, Jaden Gibson.
Jaden, obviously the backbone of this team, 34 at-bats, 14 hits, 1 double, 2 home runs, and 12 RBIs. 6 strikeouts, averaging .412. If anyone's going to put one out of the ballpark, it's going to be Jaden. He'll take ball one. Grinnell with a big opportunity here to put all 3 on base with no outs. And that one goes top. Count is 2-0. Chariton coming into the game only allowed 49 hits, while Grinnell only allowed 47. This one's going to be popped up and just goes over the top of the dugout. A little bit more of a breeze coming into the ballpark here. Count is 2-1. And that one's outside again for 3-1. If anyone's going to get on base, it's probably going to be Jaden. Grinnell with 88 hits this season. Chariton with only 46. Ball four. And the bases are loaded. And Fisher's going to have a little visit here. We got a little bit of a change. Jaden's going to come out. And Gavin McFarland's going to jump on first. More umbrellas starting to come out as the rain's starting to come back down a little bit.
Now batting for Grinnell, shortstop, number 23, Jake
So
Hall.
Jake Cole going to step up to bat for the Tigers as the rain's starting to come down a little bit. Let's see if Grinnell can get a little bit of a lead here if they delay this game. And that one's down for strike one. 3 on, no out. 3 straight walks. Junior Jake Cole, 31 at-bats, 12 hits, 6 doubles so far this season. 1 home run and 12 RBIs. This one's going to be hung up for a foul. But he probably wishes he could have got a little bit bigger of a piece on that one. But
Come on, Jake.
I don't know when the last time Grinnell's gotten a grand slam was, but if there's ever a better opportunity, it's going to be right here. Gookin might not even let him get a strike. Strike 2. Count is 1-2. Still no outs. 3 on for Grinnell. Bases loaded. And Jake's going to line that one down. It's going to get down. Hollabaugh comes home. Here comes Brock Beck. And Beck gets home. So it's a 2 RBI play for Jake Hull. He lined that one to left field. It got just past the shortstop, and Grinnell takes the 2-1 lead here at the bottom of the first inning.
Stepping into the box next for Grinnell. Second baseman, number 6, Colin Gibson.
So Colin, the freshman, steps up. 12 runs so far, two doubles, and he has the team's only triples so far this season. Struck out only 5 times. He's averaging 333. And that one goes outside for ball 1. Still no outs here for Grinnell. So a huge opportunity to just keep going. McFarland's on second, Jake's on first, and that'll fall for ball 2. Gookin's having a hard time here, the senior, trying to get going early, but not a promising start for the Chargers. And this one's going to be launched. Gibson, can he get back to the fence? Fisher caught it. And that's why he's a really good athlete. Nice catch. Out for out number 1.
Now batting for Grinnell, first
So this
baseman, number
is
13,
Drew Coffin coming up for the
Drew
Tigers.
Kaufman.
7 hits, 6 RBIs for Drew this season. 5 strikeouts, averaging 219. One out, 2 on. And it's going to be a foul ball. Stenberg motioning over to Drew. The 0-1 pitch coming. And he'll think about it. McFarland really tempting Gookin to go back there to second. Right down the middle for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on, and Drew's going to line this one over the pitcher's head, but might be down for 2. And it is a double play, and that'll retire the inning. So Grinnell gets away with 2 hits, or 2 runs, 1 hit, and Grinnell leads 2-1, headed to the bottom or the top of the second.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, 3rd generation owner of Pollyi's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit pollyi'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Pollyi's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Top of the second upcoming here for Chariton. They trail Grinnell 2-1. Both teams put up a hit and their respected part of the inning. And this is number 23. Let me pull up his number here. This is Reed Walters, the senior, up to bat. And man, did he clock that one to the left field, and this is going to be a foul. Wow. Would have been more right, it would have been gone. 19 at-bats, 7 hits, and averaging 368. One ball, 1 strike. strike 2 after the foul ball. And the umpire had something to say to Brady. I don't know what it was, but 1-2 pitch coming, no outs. And this will be line to Owen, who will make the throw across, and it is going to be not caught. Couldn't get it on the hop, and that's down for an error. Good play by Owen, but just couldn't get it across to Drew to get it palmed for the out. So 1 on base, and this is number 20, Tyler Gookin, the pitcher. 13 at-bats, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, average of 77. And he tries to bunt, down for strike 1. Top of the second, Grinnell leads 2-1. 0-1 pitch coming for Stewart, and once again, they try to get it there, and it's just going to be foul. Owen ran up pretty quickly for it. And Grinnell dodges a bullet there. And back comes Gookin for 0-2 count. Stewart on the 0-2 pitch. No outs. 1 on. He got him swinging. Strike 3. So out comes number 12, Alex Bates, the sophomore. He's only played in 3 games. 2 hits, 1 RBI. He has hit the ball both times he has been up to bat this season. So 2 for 2, pretty good. That one's going to be high and drops foul. They're really trying to get this bunt action going here. 1-1, 1 on base, and 1 out. Grinnell leads 2-1 over Chariton. Grinnell had the bases loaded. We were able to cash in the bottom of the second. And that one's down for strike 1, or strike 2, excuse me. Had a brief shower come through the area, but still spotty. Very spotty showers around the area. And that'll be strike 3, so he will not go 3 for 3 so far, and Brady Stewart gets him struck.
Coming to the plate next for Chariton, shortstop, number 4, Quentin Curtis.
So the sophomore, Quentin Curtis, comes to the bat for the Chargers. And that'll be down for strike 1. Ball 1. Quentin Curtis, sophomore, 16 at-bats, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Struck out 4 times, an average of 125 as he watches strike 2. Count is 1-2, 2 outs. Stewart trying to get him out. And this one's going to be popped up and hauled in by Jake Cole, and that'll be the top of the first. Grinnell stays in front, 2-1. We're headed to the bottom of the second. Grinnell coming up next.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Number 5, Nick.
So Nick Williams stepping up to bat here for Grinnell. 23 at-bats so far this season, 6 hits, 7 RBIs. Averaging 261. Gookin still on the mound. We'll see if he has an inning like he did in the first. And he starts off with the ball. Grinnell's next game will be tomorrow against Indianola. And then they'll play Friday a doubleheader at Indianola, and then they'll play a doubleheader at Norwalk on Friday night. We will be back here Monday, June 17th, against Pella. Nick Williams is going to drop that down to left field and be down for a hit. And Grinnell's on base. Up to bat, Owen Kaufman.
Third baseman, number 12, Owen Kaufman.
Pretty good year so far by Owen. 5 hits, 4 RBIs. But he has struck out the most out of anyone on the team so far. Definitely going to be one of the things he's trying to improve as we keep going. No outs, 1 on. And that one is way up top. But it still didn't get as tall as Owen is. Grinnell leads Chariton 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. A game slated to start at 7:30, moved up to 5:30 because of the threat of rain incoming. Had a little bit of a shower in the first inning, but moved out, and there's still going to be spotty showers all evening, but we'll see if we can get this whole thing in, which I think we will be able to. Ball 3 for Gookin. .30 pitch coming. And make it 4-0. So Grinnell once again puts 2 on base. And up comes Parker Johnson,
Right fielder,
the
number
junior.
3, Parker Johnson.
23 at-bats, 9 hits, 2 doubles, 7 RBIs, 6 strikeouts, average of .391 so far for Parker. And that one's up for ball 1. No outs, 2 on for the Tigers. And Johnson takes a duck. Ball 2. Grinnell coming into this game had been walked 53 times. Strike 1. Chariton coming in had 47 strikeouts as well, so. Gookin outside, gonna be ball 3. And Grinnell's looking at deja vu if Parker can get on base here. Ball 4. Parker's headed to first base. Yesterday, my dad and I sat down with new Grinnell varsity head coach basketball head coach Coach Brandon Sharp. Excuse me, man, that was hard to get out. Coach Brandon Sharp. Sat down with him. Had a nice little interview with him. We posted the podcast yesterday on our Twitter and on our website. It's on Podbean as well. Really nice conversation with Brandon. He's excited for the new upcoming year, and we had a blast sitting down and talk with him. So when this game's over, head on over to our website and check it out. Next week, I believe we're talking to Brian Sauser is our next guest, and then we're open to whoever afterwards. So if you got anyone, talk to us and we'll let you know. So having a little bit of a mound visit. Bases are loaded for Grinnell. And it looks like Gookin will stay.
Top of the order for the Tigers.
And Blake Hallbaugh comes out to bat.
Blake Hallbaugh.
So bases loaded. Grinnell leads 2-1 over the Chargers. And that's down for strike one. Did the mound visit change how Gookin's pitching here? We'll see. And Blake gets called for strike two. And Blake lines that one, and it's going to be caught. Nice play by that shortstop there.
Now batting for Grinnell, center fielder number 2, Brock.
So Brockbeck steps up for the Tigers. 3 on still. It'd be a big opportunity missed if Grinnell can't bring one home here. 3 on, 1 out. And that one's going to be lined down, and it's caught? Yes, was caught. Nick thought about heading home, but decided less of it, and that'll be out number 2.
Now batting for
So here
Grinnell,
comes Jaden.
catcher number 7, Jaden Gibson.
So Jaden had a chance. It was 2 on base last time Jaden was up, I believe. So we'll see what he can do. He walked on his last at-bat. That might be just because Gookin doesn't want to throw anywhere near him. Up top for ball 1. And that one's going to be caught probably to the top of the diamond here, and it is going to be hauled in and out for out number 3. So Grinnell strands 3 on base, and we're headed to the top of the 3rd. Grinnell still leads 2-1 over Chariton. All right, we're headed back. Grinnell leading over Chariton 2-1. Stewart back on the mound here. This is number 13, Brady Hamilton. This is the top of the order again for Chariton. Down for ball 1. Grinnell put 3 on base. Bases were loaded last time Grinnell, or then that last inning, Grinnell just couldn't get it in as Chariton dug in deep. And Stewart got a strike there. Strike 1. Strike 2. Evens the count at 2-2. And fouled. And down for ball 3, so we're going to load the count 3-2 with no outs and no one on. And that one's going to be the hit over to the shortstop, and a good play. Down for out number 1.
Now batting for the Chargers, left fielder, number 10, Tristan Brackett.
Tristan Brackett comes up to bat for the Chargers with 1 out. And that one's in the dirt for ball 1. Strike 1. Down for ball 2. That one fouled down the left field line. Count is 2-2, 1 out. Still no on for the Chargers. Grinnell leads 2-1. Grinnell has 2 hits with 1 error, and the Chargers just have 1 hit. Nice little start for Brady so far. And it'll be ball 3. Strike 3. Nice job by Brady. And out comes Jackson Fisher.
Now batting for Chariton, catcher, number 17, Jackson Fisher.
Two outs. Let's see if Brady can keep his good little streak going here. And that one's high for ball 1. He walked Fisher the last time he came up. Down for ball 2. Welcome to the top of the third. Grinnell leads 2-1 over Chariton. Jay Cole's, though, going to be the first one up to bat here for the Tigers. Gookin still on the mound for the Chargers. And he starts with a ball 1. Ball 2. So far tonight, the showers have been very spotty. Nothing too crazy as of now coming to the ballpark as Grinnell goes up on the count 3-0. Just very spotty showers walking in. Three-0 pitch. Strike 1. 3-1. Strike 2. So Jake Letzku can come back into this a little bit, and now we have a full count. Yeah, that's fouled, and it was probably going to be a ball. Jake took a crack at it. 3-2. Props to Drew Kaufman for making the dead-on sprint to get the baseball. Doing hard work. 3-2. I don't think Gookin struck someone out yet tonight. And he won't here. Jake Cole sends this one to left field, and it's going to drop near the wall. Can Jake get to second? He's going to get on his high horse, and he's going to be down for a double. Nice piece of hitting by Jake Cole as he gets to second. That thing was crushed to left field, and it dropped down. So this is number 6. Colin Gibson comes up to bat for the Tigers. Colin is the only player with a triple this year on the team. See if he can maybe bring home Jake. And Gookin goes way outside. Thank goodness we are not up in the Storm Lake area. He should be playing baseball up there, because they're probably not playing baseball up there. A lot of rain going on up to the northwest, or yeah. And wow, it didn't hit Colin, but man, it went right around him. Two-0. Strike 1. No outs, 1 on. Jake's up over there on second after his big double. And he made a move that he was going to go back, but he didn't. Two-one pitch. Man, just behind Colin again, 3-1. And I don't mean behind Colin that he missed it. It's behind Colin. The ball went behind him. Three-one. Colin has his eye on the fences. And it goes up top for ball 4, and we got 2 on base. So up to bat is Drew Kaufman for the Tigers.
Now batting for Grinnell, first baseman, number 13, Drew Kaufman.
That one's way outside. Ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Ball 4. Drew Kaufman headed to first. And guess what? We have bases loaded again. 3 innings, 3 bases loaded. And Chariton's going to take a look here at Gookin. Maybe a pitcher change. You never know.
Tyler Gookin exits the pitching mound, 59 pitches.
So Gookin heads back to the dugout, and we'll see who Chariton's got on tap here.
New pitcher for Chariton
This is number 25.
Preston Lane.
So Preston Lane comes up. And Preston has 1 appearance.
Walters will move to first base.
So 1 appearance for Lane. So this will be his second. He's pitched 1 inning. He's given up 3 hits, 3 runs, and
Gookin will go to second.
ERA of 14, 2 strikeouts, and he's hit the batter twice. So let's see what the sophomore can do.
Get your umbrellas ready. It's going to be like it was before. Go on, Robbers.
Well, while they're getting ready for this pitching change, do we want to take a commercial break here in a little bit to recognize our sponsor, Poly Eyes Pizza? Once again, thank you to Joey Poly Eye for sponsoring our baseball program here for the Tiger Sports live stream. Well, we got rained on a little bit in the first inning, and as of right now, looking at the radar, we're going to be sitting probably with a nice little shower here coming up, but I don't think it'll be anything too much to stop play. But also, you are most likely watching this post the game actually happening, and the reason being, we've in real time been struggling trying to get the live stream working, and it wasn't us at all. It was YouTube is currently down live streaming wise across the entire United States. So even when we do everything right, we're still not doing everything right because YouTube just didn't want us to live stream today. So props to YouTube there. But you're still going to be able to watch this game. And we hope you're enjoying it. Grinnell leading 2-1, so this will be Nick Williams stepping up to the bat for the Tigers. Don't forget, bases are loaded. So let's see what Preston Lane's got up his sleeve here pitching on the mound. Nick has yet to hit a home run in his high school career, but if he did it, now would be a great time to do it. Down for strike 1. Grinnell has loaded the bases in all 3 innings so far this ball game. And it was only in the first that they were able to cash in. They weren't able to cash in inning number 2. Ball 1. Up top for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 3 on, no out. Ball 3. coming into the game, Chariton allowed 45 runs so far this year. Grinnell only had 21. And Nick lines that one over the top, and it's going to be down after second base. Jake Hull's going to come around and score. Colin going to stay on third, and Nick drives one home for the RBI, and Grinnell takes a even bigger lead at 3-1.
Now batting for Grinnell, third baseman, number 12, Owen Kaufman.
So Owen steps up to bat for the Tigers. Base is still loaded, no outs. And that one's down for ball one. Well, the radar says we're getting rained on, but we're not. So we'll just have to see what happens here. Strike one. Strike two. That was right on the edge of the strike zone. Base is loaded, 1-2 pitch on the way. And in the dirt for ball two. Let's even up the count, shall we? Two. Oh, and Owen gets caught swinging. First out of the inning, up comes Parker Johnson.
Right fielder, number 3, Parker Johnson.
Hey, welcome. If you're watching this on Facebook, we're glad to have you here. Because YouTube didn't work, so we're coming to Facebook. That's called quick thinking by my dad right there. Parker Johnson fouls that one off.
Okay, so if you tune into our Facebook page at Tiger Sports Livestream Network Facebook page, you can see us playing live on the Facebook page. I just shared that over there, so you'll be able to catch back up with where we're at.
So, to give everyone the rundown of what's happening, Grinnell is up 3-1 against Chariton. This game was supposed to be at 7:30. It got moved to 5:30 because of rain. We're still having a few rain possibilities coming up, as that's going to be a loose ball, and Broxbeck's going to come home. Or, excuse me, Colin Gibson came home, so Grinnell's up 4-1 now. And we were going to stream to YouTube, as we always do, but the YouTube streaming services and servers are down all across the United States. So we did some fiddling, and then my dad came up with the idea, why not use Facebook? So we're on Facebook. Hello, Facebook. This is the first ever time we were doing a Facebook live stream. So, yeah. Grinnell leads 4-1 at the bottom of the third against Chariton. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Grinnell on top 4-1. 2 men on base. That one outside for ball 2. And that'll be strike 3. So we head to the second out here. At the bottom of the third, Blake Hallbaugh steps up to bat.
Blake Hallbaugh.
And that'll be strike 1. And that one over the top. Hallbaugh sends it to midfield, and it is going to drop and will be caught. Grinnell puts up a few scores and heads up 4-1. We're headed to the top of the fourth. Grinnell leads over Chariton 4-1.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polyeis Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
All right, we are back. Once again, thank you to Pauley Ice Pizza for sponsoring tonight's baseball game and all of our baseball games throughout this baseball season. Make sure to head out to Pauley Ice Pizza. They got some good deals going on throughout the week. And once again, we are so glad that they have hopped on to sponsor us this upcoming baseball season. So Brady Stewart's back on the mound. We're starting the top of the fourth. And this is number 24. Pull up his name here. This is Colby Wirtz up to bat for the Chargers. And ball one for Brady to start. And once again, this whole live stream will be posted on our YouTube page once this game is over with, so if you want to see what you missed, it will be up most likely later this evening. All three for Brady. Grinnell on top 4-1 over Chariton. Strike one. See if Brady can fight back here. That one going to be knocked. Nice catch by Owen. He'll chuck it over to first, and it is caught. Wonderful play from brother to brother, and it's out number one for Grinnell.
Batting for Chariton, the pitcher, number 25, Preston Lane.
So Preston Lane, the pitcher now, up to bat for Chariton. Strike one. Foul ball, strike two. Count is 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch upcoming for Stewart. And Lane sends this one to left field, and Hollabaugh is underneath it for strike, or for out number two.
Now batting for the Chargers, first baseman, number 23, Reed Walters.
Besides the error earlier in the game, Grinnell has been pretty on top of things so far. And that's another one lined out to Blake Hollabaugh, and he doesn't really have to move anywhere, and it's out for out number three. And we're headed to the bottom of the fourth.
Brady Stewart, 9 pitches, total 65.
Grinnell leads 4-1 over Sheridan.
For fourth inning trivia, sponsored by the
Hey there, I'm Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polyeis Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
So up now to bat. This is going to be Brock Beck.
Leading off for Grinnell. Center fielder number 2, Brock Beck.
Somehow strike one.
From our perspective, it was a little to the right, but
0-1 pitch. Down for ball one. Grinnell leads 4-1 at the bottom of the fourth against Chariton. Grinnell has loaded the bases every single inning so far. I wouldn't count on it for this inning, but that'll be lined down to the shortstop. Bobbles it a little bit. And he's out. Close play, but
Now batting for the Tigers. Catcher number 7, Jaden Gibson.
so Gibson steps up to the bat. He popped one foul, or he popped one out last time. And strike one.
don't extend it.
0-1 pitch coming, one out. And Jaden lines that one into the gap, and that's going to be down for a base hit.
Nice rip right between the shortstop and third base there.
After struggling hitting the last night for 2 games, Grinnell's off to a nice little 5-hit game so far.
Jake Hall.
And that's exactly what Grinnell needed. Jake Hole up to bat with 1 on and 1 out. Strike one.
It's really tough because where we're standing at, we're almost dead behind that base, and he's got to be catching just the back corner.
Ball one. Grinnell on top 4-1 here at the bottom of the fourth against Chariton. Grinnell coming into the ball game 10-3 on a 2-game losing streak. Chariton coming in 3-5, I believe. They've lost. Yeah, they lost against Clark last night. But then they won against them, and it was a doubleheader against Clark. They won their first game 13-3, lost their second game 3-7. Ball 3 counts 3-1 for Jake. It's crazy because on the radar, there's like rain pretty much all around Grinnell. But there's no rain right now where we're at.
It's because it's so hot on this baseball diamond right now.
Yeah. Got a nice little diamond theory going on. If it's hot on the baseball field, the vapors don't get to the clouds, and yeah.
Coming to the plate next for Grinnell.
Jake walks,
Second baseman, number
so
6,
we're bringing up Colin Gibson up to bat here. He's got 1 out and 2 on. Let's see what he can do with this. Down for ball 1. So he's got Jake on first and his brother up on second.
Jaden gives a nice lead off a second.
Ball 2. Two-0 pitch. Strike one.
Just kind of laid a nice little floater right in there. It was
Chariton gets a piece of that one. That's going to head to right field, and it's going to drop. Bases are loaded, and guess what? 4 straight innings the bases have been loaded.
Now batting for Grinnell, first baseman, number 13,
I didn't think it was going to happen,
Drew Kaufman.
but it happened. And Grinnell's still up 4-1, 6 hits to Chariton's 1, and Drew's up to bat. Can Drew be the man to bring in them? So Grinnell loaded the bases in the first. They scored. Load them in the second. They didn't score. They load them in the third, and they scored. Let's see what they do here. Ball 1. But this time, though, it's 1 out and bases loaded. Every other time they've had bases loaded with no outs. Strike 1. There's definitely rain to the north of where we're sitting. That's for sure. Just seems darker over there. But here at Fowler Field, we've kept dry except for the first inning. We had a little bit of rain on us, but other than that, we've been fortunate. The count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes upcoming. Foul. One, 2 upcoming for the Chargers. And Drew gets a hold of that thing, and it's headed to center field. It is going to drop in the gap, and this is going to bring home some runs. Home comes Jaden. Jake's going to bring it home. And they're going to leave Colin on third. And Drew brings home the RBI, 2 RBIs, and he's going to get himself on second base. So a good double by Drew, and Grinnell takes the 6-1 lead.
Designated hitter, number 5,
Nick Williams steps up to bat with 1 out, 2 on. We got the wind picking up here at Fowler Field. That was going to be, yeah, and excuse me, Colin Gibson just stole home there after the ball attempt. And we apologize for the heavy. Okay, we're back. Excuse us. Colin Gibson came home. Grinnell leads 7-1. Hey, I won a trivia thing earlier the night, and I got a Dairy Barn certificate, and it just flew out the window. I mean, I thought it was gone. Just like that. But we got it back. And now our doors are closed. Sorry for the huge amount of wind. That really got windy there for a second.
Kind of the crossover.
Oh, Nick Williams nailed with a pitch, and he's headed to first. And we got 1 on third and 1 on first. Grinnell really trying to open this thing up here, as they already lead 7-1
Now batting for Grinnell,
in the bottom of the 4th.
third baseman, number 12,
Owen Kaufman steps up to bat.
I'm sure that Coach Stenberg's thinking, where were these bats last night? But it's definitely a good return to the baseball diamonds.
Ball 1. Grinnell 3 runs already this inning. And we still only have 1 out. Strike 2 and safe. Successful stolen base. It was a little sketchy, but Nick Williams got there. And the count is 1-1 with 1 out and 2 on. 1 on third, 1 on second. Ball Ball 2. Two one pitch. Ball 3. And that one's going to be fouled off by Owen. Full count. Full count, 1 on, or 1 out, 2 on. And ball 4. Load him up again. Bases loaded. Owen heads to first. And up comes Parker Johnson.
Now batting for Grinnell, right fielder, number 3, Parker Johnson.
So 1 out, 3 on base. Bases loaded, I should say. And Parker's up to bat. Let's see if Parker can get going here. Ball 1. Ball 2. Two-0 pitch coming. Grinnell leads 7-1. Outside for ball 3. It is not a good pitching night if you're a Chariton Charger.
Well, and Parker's actually, he's leaning into it pretty good. He would have had one heck of a reach to go across to even get a piece of that one.
Preston Lane is the current pitcher. He's a sophomore for the Chargers. This is his second ever time up on the mound this season. And he gets a strike there. 3-1. Outside, ball 4, and Drew Kaufman's going to make a little run home. And Grinnell leads 8-1. Bases loaded, and up comes Blake Hollabaugh, who put one out center field last time he was up to bat.
Number 22, Blake Hollabaugh.
Blake's had definitely a good evening in the outfield tonight.
Yeah, he's been very productive. Ball 1.
Blake's one of the seniors we sit down with in our media day, and he said that in the off season he's worked hard and trying to zone in a little bit more on the strike zone to improve his batting. Unfortunately, I don't think there's too much falling into the strike zone this evening.
Two-0 pitch. Way outside. 3-0.
You know, when you're in this far into it, you just kind of sit. You can be patient one more, see what happens, or put a little to it, see if you snap one out.
Looking at the radar, it seems like we should be all right, as it's another ball, another walk, and another run. Nick Williams makes the trot home, and Grinnell leads 9-1 over Sheridan. The runs just keep coming. I was saying, based off the radar, I mean, we've had, it shows showers on the radar over Grinnell, but we have not seen any actual droplets since the first inning. And, I mean, basically what we're looking at is most likely this game should be finished. There's a little bit probably on its way through Des Moines, but hopefully that'll dissipate. We can get this whole game in. So Brock Beck up to bat for Grinnell. And guess what? We still have 1 out. And the bases are loaded. And Grinnell leads 9-1 over the Chargers. Strike one. Again, if you're joining us on Facebook, this game was supposed to be on YouTube, and it was supposed to be at 7:30, but because of pending weather, as that strike two there for Lane, he's getting in a little bit of a rhythm. This game was supposed to be on YouTube, supposed to be at 7:30, but because of the rain, it got moved to 5:30, and YouTube's streaming servers are down, so we had to move it over to Facebook. So we hope everyone's enjoying here on Facebook as well. Ball one. And Brock fouls that one. That was headed straight toward the Chariton dugout. Count stays at 2-1. It does look dark on the screen. I'm looking at our computer screen here of what you guys are seeing. It does look dark on the field. It's pretty dark to the north of us. Obviously, we're not really sure what's going on behind us, but we'll take this little diamond theory that the rain's not falling on the field. Strike out. Brock's headed back to the dugout. Jaden Gibson's going to step up to bat with 2 outs. And this is a very scary spot for a pitcher, especially a pitcher that hasn't been on his game so far tonight. Probably, maybe going to try to get going here, but Jaden's probably not the guy he wants to see up to bat right now. And Jaden almost gets hit. Ball one. Jaden sends this one to the outfield. It is going to drop, and we're going to have a few more come home. Owen comes home. Parker comes home, and Hollabaugh is going to come home. It's 3 RBIs for Jaden. He gets he gets to second base. It's a double play, and Grinnell leads 12-1. And Jaden's going to step off the bag. McFarland's going to come out and catch him up. And darn, we don't have bases loaded. But we'll take a few scores. Jake Hull steps up to bat. 12-1. Grinnell leads over Chariton. Coming into this inning, they only had, 4 runs? Yeah. So they've really jumped on top of things. 12-1, Grinnell leads over Chariton in the bottom of the 4th. Jake gets a piece of that one and is headed over the shortstop. Here comes Gavin McFarland. His speed is going to bring him around third, and he is going to be safe at home. Jake's going to run over to second, and Grinnell puts another one on the board. It's an RBI double for Jake Hull.
Now batting for the Tigers.
So Colin Gibson steps up to bat.
Colin Gibson.
13-1, Grinnell on top. 9 hits for the Tigers. 2 outs, 1 on. And down for ball one. Outside, ball two. What an inning by Grinnell. Two-0 pitch on the way. Make it 2-1. Strike one. I mean, some people complain about long baseball games, but when you're up 13-1, and that's creating the long baseball game, I'm sure anyone would take that. And that's going to be a balk. So Jake moves over to third. Has Lane trying to get in rhythm here. That'll be ball 3. Jake thought about coming home. Gets back. And he made quite a few steps back to home bait. See if Colin can drive him home. 3 balls, 1 out. Or 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1 on base, and it's Jake over on third. Noah Reese up in the batter's box right now. On deck, I should say. And Colin lines this one to the gap. Is it going to get down? No, it doesn't. It's going to be caught in stride. And Grinnell finally is headed back to the dugout after an incredible inning. 13-1. Grinnell leads over Chariton. We're headed to the top of the 5th.
Inning trivia was Tyler Walker. He is a recent Grinnell alum, and he is our lead color commentary for Tiger Sports Live.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollei, third generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polleisgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polley's Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
So the pitcher, Tyler Gookin, coming up. So Brady Stewart's still on the mound. We've made it to the top of the 5th. Grinnell on top 13-1. 9 hits for Grinnell so far. An explosive, explosive 4th quarter just capped off there. That one's going to be bounced to the shortstop and couldn't come up with it. Colin gets called on the error, and that'll be error number 2 on the night. So despite Grinnell being up, you don't want to see the error numbers get too high.
Now batting for Chariton, right fielder number 12, Alex.
And this is Alex Bates coming up to bat for the Chargers. Stewart throws over to first to no avail. That's going to be popped and caught. Wow. Our man right here, Schaefer, making the big play. That thing was lined back. Oh, my gosh. Wow. That thing was popped back. And our scoreboard man right here, he just stuck his arm out and he was able to make the play. The things you see in baseball. Count as 1-1. 1 man on for Sheridan. This thing's going to be popped out, and Hollabaugh, that's not Hollabaugh, Lewis Jolly, excuse me, got underneath it for out number 1.
Lewis Jolly out there in left field makes a catch. Now batting shortstop number 4, Quentin Curtis.
Ball 1. Two-0 pitch coming here for Brady. It's going to be knocked short, picked up by Owen on the hop. And he's out. Out for out number 2. Nice play by Drew to get a hold of that thing. So this is Brady Hamilton up to bat here for Chariton. Stewart's still on the mound here for the Tigers. And he's down the middle for strike one. Two outs, one on. Strike two. Got him swinging, strike three, and Stenberg is really happy about it. We're headed to the bottom of the fifth.
That's the ball game.
And no, it's not. That's the ball game.
13-1.
So excuse me. Mercy Rule Grinnell wins 13-1. That's going to be a final from here. Nice job by Stewart. And it's a final from Fowler Field. Excuse me. I thought we were going to keep going, but the Mercy Rule gives it to Grinnell. 13-1 is going to be your final. We're going to have probably Stenberg and such come up here. But Grinnell wins 13-1. Let's give us a quick cut to our sponsor, Polly Eyes Pizza.
Hey there, I'm Joey Pollyi, third generation owner of Polly Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeye'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Polly Eyes Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
All right, welcome back once again. Thank you to Polly Eyes Pizza for sponsoring this game. It was a good game. Grinnell wins 13-1 over Chariton. They finish with a 9-hit game, 2 errors, and Chariton only comes up with 1 run, and it was in the first inning. They didn't ever get a hit ever since. Great game by Brady Stewart. We're going to pull up the game changer so we can give you full stats and everything else. We apologize for the whole YouTube problem, but we're hoping Facebook was pretty good for everyone. And, yeah, so it's a final after 5. Grinnell Mercy Rules Chariton 13-1 is going to be your final score. I don't know, and I highly doubt we will have interviews up here because JV is about to get going, and Stenberg's probably going to want to be down on the field. But we'll see what happens here. We'll get you some final box score numbers here and see what happens. But once again, Grinnell wins 13-1 over Chariton. And I guess final thoughts on the game. It was a pretty short game. Obviously, the 5:30 start time, but after last night's losses, it was really, really good.
Yeah, definitely the bats came alive tonight, and actually not even truly all the bats. When you have Sheridan went to the mound and just had poor pitching tonight, and we had quite a few runs brought in. I don't have the stats right here in front of me. Somebody took them.
Yeah, you can take
but when you have 9 hits and then we scored 13 runs, so we had 4 brought in off of just easy walks. Even with that tonight, we still had 2 errors coming from Grinnell's side. A couple things to work on. I'm sure Coach Stenberg's already thinking about that, what he can make for changes on that side of it. But all in all, for the crowd that come out tonight, we watched the game a little bit earlier due to the rain that was supposed to come in. But I think the way it's looking right now as the night is playing out, that the JV squad's even going to have a good night of baseball out here. Nice, cooled down a little bit. It's not as humid as it was earlier. So I think all in all, we're going to have some positive things happening the rest of the evening, even on to the JV squad. While we're sitting here, see if Coach Stenberg's going to bring a player up or not. Give a little advertising for the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. For those who like to join in on our weekly podcast, every Monday we put a podcast out. We usually release it sometime in the afternoon, at least by 7 o'clock. Last couple of weeks we had some special guests of Chris Kaufman. This week we were able to sit down with the new varsity head basketball coach, Brandon Sharp. We had a really good interview. Talked a little bit not only about basketball, but what Coach Brandon Sharp does in the Grinnell School District. So that was pretty cool to see what was going on up there. And it looks like that Coach Stenberg is going to be coming on up here in a minute. Maybe he's going to stop, make a few visits on the way. Also, as you see up on the screen, you can find us in a couple different spots on our website, www.TIGERSLSN.com. There's where we post all the archives of the games. Typically tonight you'd be able to tune in there and see the YouTube live game. We live stream those right on our homepage. You can follow us on Tigers Live _ on our Twitter account. And to dive into the Facebook page at TIGERSLSN, and that's also where you can find the Facebook Live would have been streaming tonight. I don't know exactly how that pulled up. I was kind of struggling, so we streamed that off my personal account into that account, and I'll work on some of those things. And the pictures, the feedback that we've been receiving, everyone seems to like it, and actually the picture is pretty darn good. So we may even pursue that a little bit more. So I guess while we're waiting here, we're just going to go in a little bit of short intermission. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Poly Ice Pizza, and then we'll be right back with you.
Hey there, I'm Joey Poly, third generation owner of Poly Eyes in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving you the flavors you savor. Dine in, carry out, or pick up our frozen pizzas for a night in. Our promise to you? Everything is made from scratch, and we only use the freshest ingredients, guaranteed. Plus, get your kids signed up for our Pags Pals program to get free pizza and shirts. Visit polyeye'sgrinnellia.com or ask your server how to sign up. See you soon at Poly Eyes Pizza Grinnell on 5th Ave between Main and Broad Street.
Alrighty, we're back here with Coach Stenberg. Coach, congratulations on the big 13-1 win. Obviously, after a night like last night, 2 losses that obviously showed a little bit of a struggle. How big is this type of game?
It's huge. Baseball's a lot about confidence, and after a performance like last night in both those games, tough games, confidence is probably a little low. So it was huge for the guys to step up today and come to work and really grind out better at bats, and we had a lot more hits because of a lot more runs, and those are a lot of positives that we're going to need going forward. And so it's good for those guys to get that confidence back today.
Chariton obviously struggled just a little bit with pitching, but how big of a deal is it that these guys can just watch a baseball go by and they just have a good eye for it? Do you attribute that to just a lot of practice on and off the field, or what?
Yeah, I mean it's all the credit to our hitters. When we're good, we're letting bad pitches go and we're hitting good pitches. I think even early on in today's game, the adjustment from the maybe first or second inning we left those runners on base to there at the end when we scored a lot of them is we're swinging at good pitches instead of bad pitches. And so, they got better as the game went, and we're going to have to continue to get better as the season goes for that.
You're 3 games in on a 6-game week. What do you tell the guys 3 games in, but now you got to go on the road, which is going to be even harder? What's the mindset going into tomorrow's game against Indianola and then going to Norwalk for a doubleheader on Friday?
They know our conference is tough no matter where we're playing, especially road games. Going to play a 4A school in Indianola tomorrow's had a nice start to their conference season, and the Norwalk as well. So, we got to bring our best game, and they know that. So we'll look to do that tomorrow night. You
had a freshman on the mound tonight, Brady Stewart. Were you proud of the effort that he came out? I mean, he only pitched, 1 inning so far this season. How did he look? I mean, he looked good from here.
Yeah, he did very well. It's been kind of a unique year where our games have been spaced out enough. We haven't had to go too far into our pitching depth, but we knew Brady would throw varsity innings at some point this year just to not win, and he threw well. It was a great start for him. He had a big win last year, so it's not his first varsity win, but it's a good job on his part to put us in this position, and did a nice job.
It was a really good night of baseball. We wish you luck with this JV game, and congratulations on the win.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.